It's that time of year again, which means we need to have some Christmas songs at the ready for our guitar. And today we're going to start with my personal favourite, which is the Fairytale of New York by the Pogues. Lovely little intro, a really nice chord progression, really cool strumming pattern to learn as well. So this one's fantastic to add to your Christmas repertoire. So let's zoom in and I'll break it down. So let's start with the intro, alright? We've got this little D-shaped triad on the 7th and 8th fret, right? So take that D shape, move it up to 7th and 8th fret, and we're going to pick the B string, strum the bottom 3 strings, and come back to the B again, right? So, alright, and then I'm going to take that shape up to the 9th and 10th fret, and strum that. Then again with my pinky on the 10th fret of the high E string, right? So. And then I'm going to come back down to my D, okay? And this is going to be a D sus2. So I'll take my middle finger off and strum that, right? From the D string, right? And then get the B string. So far. And then I'm going to bring my pinky on the 3rd fret, the high E. Middle finger on the 2nd fret, the high E. Just a normal D shape now. An A chord. First finger on the B of the 3rd fret. And then a D. Okay, so. And then finish it off with an A. And then going into the verse, we get the G. Well, we're still on the A chord. And our finger on the 3rd fret of the B. And then off. Still on that A chord, right? Sorry. And then that's us in to the first verse. We are interrupting this fantastic lesson to ask you to subscribe to the channel so that you can see more lessons every single week by me. And please like the video because that's important. Thank you, and back to the lesson. Now, what we do is, I'll go through the chord progression first, right? So we have a D, then a G, a D, and then an A. Okay, and the strum. So down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down. Now remember, there's only piano playing here, right? So it's really just trying to interpret it with guitar. And, you know, it's up to you how you do that. But this is the strum that I like to use, alright? So. Same again, right? D, G, D, and then an A and a D. So that's the only difference. Rather than a D at the end, it's an A and a D, okay? And then you do the exact same thing again, right? The exact same chord progression. And then that brings us into, after we had a D, A and a D, we go back into the intro again, but just with one little change, alright? So, okay, this time, instead of getting our pinky on the 10th fret of the high E, we get our pinky on the 12th fret of the high E, right? So, sorry. And and then we go right into the next verse. So the next verse starts with this little chord breakdown, right? We've got a D, 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 A, D, G, A, and a D. And again, this kind of strumming. I'm probably not doing it as fast as it is in the song. It's a little bit fast. So we've got from the start, right? The chord breakdown. D and the D and the D and an A and the D and the G and an A and the D. And then we got D and the A and the D and the G. Alright, then a D and the D and the D and an A. Okay, and then it's a D and B minor and D and the G. A D and a D and an A and a D. Okay, and that is the first part of the verse. So make sure you get that down before moving on to the next part. Okay, so the next part we have a D and a D, D and an A and a D and a G and an A and a D. One more time. D and a D and a D and an A. D and a G and an A and a D. Then we're going to move into the chorus, which goes like this. Okay, so that's G, boys of the NY, and then PD, going to a B minor. PD, choir is A, and D, D, B minor. Okay, boys of the NYPD choir, we're singing Galway Bay, and the bells were ringing out for Christmas Day. Okay, now if you are struggling with that B minor because it's pretty fast, there's not much in that, you can just stay in the G. The boys of the NYPD choir were singing Galway Bay. You can do that if that other way is a little bit tricky. So moving out of the chorus, we've got another little chord breakdown, alright? So it goes a D and an A, B minor, G, D, 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 A, D, B minor, D and the G, D, D and an A and a D. So a little bit slowly, we've got a D, A, D minor, G, D, 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 A, D and B minor, D and a G, a D and a D and an A and a D. Okay. So the next verse is like the second part of the first verse. So that's just a D and a D, a D and an A, D and a G and an A and a D. Da 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 da. Then back into the chorus. The boys of the NYPD choir were singing Galway Bay, and the bells were ringing out for Christmas Day. Right, and then you have the little instrumental, which is just like the start. Then the next verse goes, I could have been someone, so could anyone. You took my dreams from me. Da, 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 da. Sing again. Da, 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 that is it stays with that chord progression into the instrumental. I think this got so many chord progressions in different verses and choruses and bridges. I might have confused myself, but I'm pretty sure that is correct. Let me know in the comments if I've got any of that wrong. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed that, guys. I'm just going to get my face up here. Okay, guys, take it easy. Have a great Christmas, and I will see you soon with a new lesson.